Hello, kindergarten and first grade. Welcome back to week 3 of school. I'm so excited that you're here. What we're going to be doing today is we're going to be doing another line drawing, but this time we're going to be drawing some fish. And so I'm going to show you guys step by step how to do my little aquarium drawing that I've done. And then I know my example is not colored, but we're going to color it at the end together. So what you're going to need is a piece of paper turned up and down, and you're going to need a pencil. I'm going to use a marker again so that you can see my drawing, and then I've got my lines chart here in case I forget my lines and I need some help. So what we're going to do first is we're going to draw the bottom of our fish tank, and the bottom of our fish tank is a wavy line. Remember, those are the ones at the beach that go up and down, up and down. So at the bottom of my paper, I'm going to take my pencil and I'm going to make a wavy line all the way across. And now I can add decorations for my aquarium. I can add some coral. And for that I just did wavy lines. I can add a fish house if I want. So I'm going to draw my fish house. And that can look however we want. If we want to add a window for the fish, we can add a window. We can add some decoration at the top. All right, and then I'm going to add a little bit more coral over here for the fish to swim around in, okay? So now what I'm going to do is, if you notice, all my fish are connected by one long loop-de-loop line. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your pencil and you're going to start kind of at the bottom, and you're just going to go up and down, and you're going to make that loop-de-loop cross, and that's going to be our first fish. And you're going to keep going. You can make smaller loop-de-loops. You can come around and make a big loop-de-loop. And I just did one long loop-de-loop line all the way across my paper. And so now each of these little loop-de-loops is going to turn into a fish. And I'm going to show you how I turned them into fish. I've got my line chart so I can remember my lines. And I'm going to start by making an eyeball in that first loop-de-loop. And I turn my paper to the side because it's a little bit easier for me. So I've got my eye. And fish have these funny little lips at the front. They've got top fins. They've got bottom fins. And notice I'm just doing that by using my wavy line. And here's his tail. And so now I can decorate my fish inside the loop-de-loop however I want. So we've been working on some zigzag lines. We've been working on those. You can add those. We've been working on dotted lines. You can add a dotted line. You can add a straight line if you want. And let's do a spiral line, okay? So now when I turn my paper back up, that loop-de-loop has turned into a fish. And so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn my paper back to the side, and I'm gonna decorate each one of these circles that my loop-de-loop has made as a fish, okay? And they can all look different. So maybe this one just has a straight fin. And we'll make his eye. And I just did two little curved lines for the lips. Maybe he's got a straight fin at the bottom. And now I can do stripes. And maybe he has a straight tail instead of a wavy tail like this one, okay? Now I can move on to this one. This one is facing this way, so I'm gonna turn my paper back up. And I'll make my lips, my fish eye, and maybe this time I want diagonal lines on my fish. And I'll do a wavy line for the tail. He needs a top fin and a bottom fin. All right, now this one's gonna be facing this way because his tail's at the back. So I'll do my eye, my lips, and I'll give this one a wavy line, a wavy line, and a wavy line, and then a straight tail. Needs a top fin and a bottom fin. All right, and I've got one more. Make my eye, my lips, my fishtail. And then this time, I'll make a wavy line, but I'll make stripes. So now, when I turn my paper back up and down, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fish. You can have more than 5 fish if you want, and now you can add as many details if you want. On my example, I did some like lines on the outside of their face. You can draw bubbles if you want. Maybe he's breathing underwater, making bubbles. There we go. And if I want to add more decorations at the bottom or more decorations at the top, I can. But now I'm going to take my crayons, markers, or colored pencils, and I'm going to go ahead and start coloring. So if you were in the live lessons last week, you'll remember that I showed you how to color side to side with your crayon. So when we color, we don't want to scribble scrabble, which is going all kinds of crazy ways with our colored pen or our color. So I'm going to take my crayon, and I'm going to get my paper ready and hold it with my hand so that my paper doesn't move while I color. Hold it down with my hand, and my other coloring hand is going to go side to side, real slow. And notice I'm coloring in all the paper that's inside that area. So I'm not going really fast and leaving a bunch of room. I'm going really slow, side to side, side to side, side to side. And I'm going to keep going this direction until I get all the paper on the inside filled, so I don't have any paper showing through. Okay? So that's how you want to use your crayons, markers, or colored pencils. And then you can go ahead and color your fish the way that you want. And if you have time, color the background blue because they're underwater and water is blue. You can color your house or your coral, whatever decorations you made, or your fish. You can color them whatever color you want. So if you have a favorite color, you can use your favorite color. Or if you want to do rainbow, you can do rainbow. There's all kinds of ways that you can do it. So go ahead and be creative, and don't forget to send me your examples on Class Dojo or Google Classroom, and send me an email if you have any questions. All right, good luck and be creative.